Welcome back to our podcast. All right. It's been a minute, not really. But yeah, we're back and we do not have a name still, and we're back with our friend Blake.
Blake's here.
Howdy, Blake.
Hello.
Oh God.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Primal instinct to make things awkward.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
So what have the boys been up to? What you been doing?
You know, we've been watching them animes, playing them.
We haven't been
catching up on manga.
we haven't been able to hang out in like a month.
Month. That's
I've
true.
been
That's true.
yeah, quarantine's been kind of hard, but I've been binging some anime. So yeah,
What you been watching?
I've been watching Garden of Word. Well, not Word, Sinners. All right, it's like a 10 movie, binge.
Jesus Christ.
Don't you mean
What in the
Evangelion,
world?
bro? Don't you mean Evangelion with all his 16 different endings?
Each one
Oh my
sadder
God.
than the last.
But yeah, I've been watching that. That's been pretty dope. What else have I been watching? It's some other shit I've been watching too, like a whole bunch of shoujos and shit. But
Oh, you watching your shoujos, huh?
yeah, bro,
I see you, bro. I see you.
shoujos hit different,
They
bro.
do hit different.
Bro, I'm trying to watch some more.
Where?
I need some recommendations, to be honest.
All right, I
Kimi
get
Todoke,
you.
Allow them
bro.
in the chat, bro.
Fruits Basket.
Oh, we on our DZ shit, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, Kimi Todoke or whatever is cool. Like that first season was a banger. That second season, I was like, eh.
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea what the fuck you talking about, boo.
What you been doing,
Yeah.
Rico?
I just been rewatching like a whole bunch of like anime movies and shit because they hit different.
They hit different,
They
bro.
do. They do.
What games and what manga you been listening or you been watching and reading?
Manga wise, Chainsaw Man. I don't know if I talked about that in the last podcast, but Chainsaw Man, and I picked up Glyphner, I think it's called. But yeah, like it's been pretty heat. Like I think I have like 10 more chapters left for Chainsaw Man, and I like put in 10 chapters, Glyphner or whatever. It's pretty dope. It's like I didn't expect like what happens, like the plot or whatever, because it's like really weird. And I first saw it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but like people like Scamboli and like people I follow or whatever, they're like, yo, this manga is dope. And I was like, all right, fine, I'm gonna try it. And I was bored yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna pick it up. And I picked it up. It's pretty heat. I wasn't disappointed yet. So
Yeah, I did to my queue last night as well. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'll have to
so
peep.
yeah, I've been on Oh, what happened? Go ahead, bro.
I just said no. I just said I'll have to peep.
Oh yeah, it looks interesting though. I did it for sure just because it was recommended.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
like manga gives you like, oh, administrators recommended. Okay.
You good?
yeah.
Alright.
But you know how like manga they'd be like, oh, here an administrator recommended this or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It popped up and I was like, you know what? I've seen Scamboli talk about it, so I'll give it a chance one day. But yeah, lately been busy manga. Read 82 chapters of Doctor Stone. Caught up to Act Age.
You caught up on that page?
Yeah, bro.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. I was at chapter 35 a couple days ago. Then yesterday, when I talked to Jake for a little bit, I was at like 60 something, and then I finished it. And like I'm all caught up. Chapter 109. Also caught up in Chainsaw Man. Started Doctor Stone. Read a couple chapters of Toriko. Shit's fire. Shout out to
Toriko's
Neo.
so good.
You've been busy, man.
Yeah. I watched the second season of High Score Girl yesterday.
How you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel about it yet, to be honest. I love me the shoujo aspect or the romance aspect. And the '90s arcade boom. So I fucks with it, but I think they executed it differently. This one, it doesn't feel
like
it feels rushed in my opinion.
yeah, that second season was kind of weird,
Yeah, I don't know. I felt bad for Hidaka, bro.
bro. True,
Bro, I was like, damn, this dude is idiot, bro. Come on, bro. But yeah, I watched that. I watched Digimon. We picked up Digimon, bro, because we fuck with.
Bro,
I
those
still
first
gotta
3
peep those
episodes
next two
fire.
episodes.
Bro, that's the childhood.
like OG Digimon or manga Digimon?
Well, I'm talking about
The
the
reboot.
new reboot, the Adventure 2020.
All right, I haven't
Yeah,
picked it up yet.
It is
pick
fire,
that up,
dude. Oh, it's so
bro.
good.
Shit's so fucking good. It's basically like how I said earlier with us each other. It's basically like the reboot of the first movie where shit goes down. You see Ty and what's his name? Ty and Matt go into the digital world and try to like fight evil, and like
That's interesting.
it turns out to be like, oh, there's a missile on that's launching towards Japan. You gotta defeat the monster, so make sure like that shit don't hurt us. That's what happened, and basically the monster looks like Diaboromon, but it's not. But you could tell like if it evolved further on, it probably could have been there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I caught up with that. I started rewatching Isaacson since it finished. I think I'm chapter episode 6. It's good. I recommend picking it up because I know you guys were letting this stack. So yeah. I also started watching Gintama again. Back at like around
Gotama.
episode facts. Like episode like 71. Something like that.
I'm on like 70 something of my rewatch, I think.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm around there
I
too.
might need to restart it again because I would like when I was watching it, it was like during the middle of the night. So I was reading Doctor Stone at the time, and Doctor Stone was just captivating me a little bit more. Plus, I was
Doctor
tired, so-
Stone like hits different
Bro,
when you're binging
after-
it.
bro. Like after, like once you get past like where the anime ended, bro, nothing but straight up
Bro,
heat,
like,
bro.
dead
Nothing
ass-
but fucking heat, bro.
Like dead ass. The manga, like if you're an anime watcher for Doctor Stone, you really just got cooked, bro. Because
Bro,
like,
you
Bro,
really
you don't
did,
gotta
like-
call me out, bro.
hey, I'm sorry, but like Caleb's spitting facts right now, bro.
because like they left
There's
it
so much
off
fire
right,
shit.
right when the good stuff happens.
They
like-
really did.
I don't know. It was really bad.
I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up.
I knew it was gonna happen too. I was like,
Bro.
bro, we're reaching like 20 something episodes. It's gonna have to end soon. Just I hope they end it good because I know they're gonna end it up where I know they're gonna end it up.
Bro, and I feel
Sure
bad.
enough, did.
I feel bad for fans who read the manga because like Boichi's art is like fucking nutty, bro. Like
True.
like the anime could not do it justice, to be honest.
True.
It's too
like,
it's too detailed.
yeah.
Bro,
That's
like bro,
that's the thing I
Boichi
was talking
fucking
about.
killed it, bro. That's why
Yeah,
I'm picking up
'cause-
Sunken Rock after I catch up in or after I'm all caught up. I think I'm about to read Sunken Rock.
yeah. Like
I couldn't get
I don't
into
know.
it. I wanted to, but I read like the first 10, 15 chapters, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. The art's like really good, obviously, but I don't know. There's something about the
Yeah,
story that just wasn't vibing with me.
Oh, that makes sense.
The like animation for Doctor Stone and like compared to the manga and stuff, like it's a good adaptation. Don't get me wrong, but like when you look at some of the shots that were like, yo, that get you like hyped in Doctor Stone, or just like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like shit's about to go down, and like you look at it compared to the anime, it just does not look right.
Yeah, I see that. I
Yeah.
see that.
Like I don't know, I like the studio that's handling it is doing good, I guess.
I give them props. Like they did their best that they could.
Yeah, but like
They
I don't
had,
think
but
it's really
damn.
like yeah.
Boichi knocked it out of the park with the art. But yeah. So other than that, I promised myself I'm gonna try to read
Huh?
chapters of Hajime no Ippo.
Oh
So
no.
we about to kill ourselves. Picked up Berserk again just because I binge read like the first 50 chapters and I knew I wasn't gonna remember it. So started rereading that. Back on that chapter 25 in like a couple of days. So we're reading a couple chapters each day, but we on it.
You kind of had to
drop-
pace yourself with Berserk, though.
Yeah, I've only been reading like 5, 10 chapters. We still on our vagabond shit. Back up to chapter 140. Only read 10 chapters, but we good. Other than that, I rewatched JoJo's just because I needed that craving. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say.
Caleb's list was like 2 minutes, and then yours went on for like 10.
All right. To be fair, though, he hasn't talked to us in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Bro, I had to get it all out there. Oh, one manga I'm also really hyped to read is I Am a Hero, bro.
Yeah, I heard that's good.
Oh yeah, that's on my list too.
I think that's the next one I'm about to read after I catch up.
Bro, like that
That-
Scamboli video, bro, where he like going through like manga, like
Yeah.
All he had was just bangers in there. I think it was like one of them that was kind of like oof, but like
Yeah, I'm about to go rewatch all his videos. Like he be reading that are like some heat,
yeah.
and I'm about to pick them out because to be honest, he don't miss.
True.
But yeah, that's all I got. Sorry for the long. I think Doctor Stone is what happened, and plus, I've been on a little mental break, so you got to make sure.
This is also like the first time that we're hearing any of like what you've been doing, regardless. Like even outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Sure, Jake heard a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, but not like you just kind of told me like a couple things, and you didn't really tell me the full extent.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna get more binging tonight or tomorrow. To be honest, I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I think I'm catching a cold. So yeah. All right, that's me. What about you guys?
I mean, I haven't really been able to read or watch a lot of stuff, because school is still happening for another week.
Bro, I'm so glad yesterday was my last day.
Yeah, you don't got to talk about it. I'm kind of emo.
Wait, a Monday was my last day.
I binged Final Fantasy VII Remake in 3 days.
Oh yeah, that's I forgot to talk about.
We're gonna talk more about that later, but
yeah,
no, game of the year, super
facts.
good.
Unless Cyberpunk might. I can see between that and Cyberpunk, but we still don't know about Cyberpunk.
I don't know. I'm just like I'm biased towards JRPGs, so
True.
yeah.
But yeah, my bad. Get back.
Game of the year for sure. There's only like a few minor things that I don't like. I'll talk about it later. The small things that bothered me, but it's not a big deal. Doesn't really detract from it. I read some manga. I picked Black Clover back up because I just wanted something to read like in the morning. Like starting my day, just want to like read it something real quick. Don't have to focus on it too hard. Cool stuff will happen.
Yeah.
I'm caught up on Digimon. Is Heat so good?
Bro, facts.
Omnimon showed up super early. That was hype.
I'm telling you, bro, it's just like the movie. If you watch the original movie, it's exactly the same. Not the same exact things happen, but it's like the.
Yeah, it's like really similar.
Yeah.
I'm starting to catch up on the seasonals that I was watching winter season that I stopped watching. Like Haikyuu, I have like one episode left of Haikyuu. Aizoken, stuff like that. But that's kind of it. I've been pretty tied up as far as my free time, even though I took a 2-week leave off of work.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I've just been I've been doing what I can and trying to read and watch and play stuff still. It's mostly Final Fantasy though, because I was really hyped for that.
Yeah, I bet you're trying to game.
Yeah, I might binge through the original one again real quick on the Switch, just with with cheats on, just to experience the story again.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And see all of it again, basically original, just for the vibe of the world.
Right.
That's really about it, honestly. Didn't really do too much. Haven't been doing much, but I'm gonna be back on it. What you been doing, Blake?
I'm kind of like right there alongside you at school. Yesterday was also my last day. Shout out to Regu, because we go to the same school. Pretty much the only thing I did besides school was when Persona and Final Fantasy came out. I binged both of those pretty hard, but I never completed them. Like Final Fantasy, I only got like 7 hours in, but it was still really good. Then I just pawned it off to my mom's boyfriend for him to binge, and he's been stuck on like one of the final levels for the past 3 days. It's really funny.
He has like an hour
he's
left.
stuck on the final level.
Yeah.
I straight up told him, I was like, you're right there. And he goes, I know, I can't beat it. I keep putting it down because I keep getting mad. And I'm like, that's good for me.
True.
But he also is like, he's not as avid of a gamer as we are, so I'll give him that handicap.
Hey, at least he giving the game a shot.
True.
Oh yeah, he's super happy with it. Like he remembers to put an age in there. He's like 55, and he remembers when those things were like popping out, and he didn't really get into. He touched them a little bit. I think he played to the 13. It was either 12 or 13. I don't remember which one he said, but he's not super sure either. But he remembers that he really liked them and the graphics were really good. So he was more than happy to have like a nice little throwback.
Right.
That's probably what my next week is going to look like, because since school's been out, I re-picked up Persona.
I think it's
And
good
just-
that you're playing Persona first, just because like what happened with me and Jake, like we literally dropped it right once we got our hold of our copies of Final.
Yeah, no, that disc
And
flew
even-
out of my PS4.
And even I already had the game like a week already. Still
Yeah,
touched Persona 5, bro.
I'm gonna
like,
go
I-
back to it. Like I've been wanting to. I just haven't had the time.
The time, yeah.
To
Me,
be
I don't
fair,
know. I don't
like-
even know if I want to play it. Like Final Fantasy knocked it out the park for me. But yeah,
well, I also have like a lot of catching up to do because you guys pretty much left me in the dust. Not like it's a bad thing or anything,
true. We'll let you
but
bite
like
the dust.
I had to grind in some hours though in between schoolwork and sleep just to try
Yeah.
and stay close to you guys.
Yeah, you
Then-
were. Because I remember you're like, bro, I'm barely here. We're like, damn, bro, we already over here. And Caleb's over here, bro. I'm finished, bro. But
Yo,
we'll-
I
we'll-
finished it Saturday. We're like, Caleb, it's Monday.
He's like, damn.
Yeah, that was quite the ordeal.
But yeah, we'll talk about it when we get into our the chat those topics later on.
Yeah, I am. Other than that, like game wise, I will say my buddy and I picked up Destiny today just because we wanted a nice little throwback. That's something I used to binge heavily on. I think I put in at least 200 hours into Destiny 1 back when I first transferred over from Xbox to PS4.
Ew, bro.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I had like a squad of 8 people, so it was always something fresh, you know?
I feel
Yeah, I
that.
understand that. Yeah.
That's how I was with Overwatch, so I can't blame.
Yeah, but that was just like today. We're not sure where we're going to go. If we can get a raid going, that'd be dope, but we don't have our hopes up, you know? Other than that, I was just keeping up with my weeklies in anime, one Haikyuu episode a week and one My Hero. Just that way I was like at least caught up with what's new a little bit. Those ended a bit ago, and I was rewatching The Pet Girl Sakuraso just to add some slice of life in there. Because, you know, I have at least one slice of life always happening, because that's just
That's
me.
true. You and your isekais and your slice of life.
I can at least say that I have Caleb there to vouch that this is probably one of the more solid ones. It's like
Of what?
the
Slice of life or isekais?
slice of life. I haven't touched
Wait,
an
slice of
isekai
life's
in a
always-
minute.
Slice of
Slice
life's
of
been
life,
known-
they're usually pretty okay.
Yeah,
Wait, which one are we talking about?
Pet girl.
Pet Girl of Sakuraso.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, I'm never gonna watch an isekai ever.
I'm getting episode 1 flashbacks. Whoa.
The only isekais I watch are like the ones that are like causing like I don't know, like making the community
Bro,
talk.
Bro, you
Like
can't even.
ReZero and
I can't even do it, bro. Can't even look at them the same. To be honest.
No, I just don't. I
Basically
don't know.
the
I can't take it seriously.
Yeah,
Like-
like there's so many tropes in them that like. This one-
yeah, but then like there's like the ones that are talked about like heavily now are like things that are different from like all the other isekais or whatever.
But still,
So like
bro,
I get it, yeah, because like a lot of them they're like being pumped out or whatever. But yeah,
like, I feel like at least every season we get at least
Yeah.
one that's like.
Yeah, like, even though I've watched a ton of them, I can also say that a lot of them are very mid at best.
yeah,
And a lot of the times I'm watching those on the side of doing something. Like, maybe I'll have my laptop going and I'm watching Hulu with something random on there. Because I don't know why. Hulu is just Isekai Haven. And
That's
then...
true. Don't they got like their own like section when you get to like the anime category is just purely isekai? Or am I just tripping?
Probably. I haven't dove that deep into it.
I don't know. I haven't been on
Uh,
Hulu in a couple months.
But yeah, it's just like background noise to me. I like having things on that I can be multitask and like grind a game with. Like spend
Yeah,
4
that's-
hours in a dungeon in Persona while having an anime run in the background.
That's
That
how
doesn't
I am.
require any brain power.
That's why when I said like I rewatch a lot of shit, like I might rewatch a thing like twice, like with me paying attention to it, but like the other times it's usually because I have it in the background while grinding out the game. To be honest,
Oh, this is my third run through of the pet girl of Sakurazo, so I feel you.
Yeah.
That's how I got into Gintama a while back, because like I was like, oh, it's just a comedy anime or whatever, and I was like grinding some shit.
Bro, that's
I had Gintama in the back, but
that's
then like
everybody's first thing, bro.
yeah,
Oh,
and then like you
comedy
realize it's actually like funny and it actually has like plots and stuff. I'm like, bro, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I got up to like 170 something, and then I had to like go all the way back to rewatch it to like sit down and actually watch it.
That's
So,
just
yeah.
starting my interest in Grand Blue. I've seen like a couple skits here and there that are just like really dope, and then other ones that are just like really funny.
You mean Perfect
I heard
Blue?
Grand Blue is just like, fan service.
Wait, are you talking about Grand Blue or Perfect Blue, Blake? The swimming one or the fantasy one?
Which I don't remember honestly. Whichever one is like a lot of the skits involve people making mixed drinks and just going perfectly wrong.
I don't even know.
I think that's swimming.
I think that's
Grand
Perfect Blue,
that,
where all the really jacked guys get super drunk and pass out.
oh yeah.
I don't know if it's that. All I know is my buddy said, "Hey, I'm watching Grand Blue," and then he sent me like a clip of this girl wanting a drink, and these guys made her one. And she's like, "Why is there alcohol in this?" And they're like, "Is that not what it is?" And
You'll
then
have
they're like,
you'll have to show us because I don't even know.
I'll
No, I
send
think
you.
I know it. Yeah, I know what
I
he's
think that's
talking about.
Perfect Blue.
So no, Grand Blue is like a swimming anime or whatever.
I thought Grand Blue.
Grand Blue is the. I don't even care anymore. We're moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
bro.
is getting too complex.
My
Yeah,
brain
it's
isn't
it's
big
about
enough
a-
for this.
it's about- so Grand Blue is about like a college student or whatever. He joins like a swimming club or whatever. They
I
do
thought
like
Grand Blue
scuba
was like the
diving and
fighting
shit.
game, bro.
Yeah, I
That's
thought.
what I
Yeah,
thought.
there's two Grand Blue like animes. I guess there's like the fighting game or gotcha game.
I hate
and then
that.
there's
So
like
why hasn't it taken us this long to get to the fighting game? Why did we mention every option other than the fighting game?
Well, the fighting game is based off the fantasy anime.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and then there's another Grand Blue about like swimming and shit. But it's like a comedy anime, so
I hate that.
which
Why
I
do they?
need to.
Why
I
they
need
gotta
to
make
keep
them so
that.
similar sounding? I hate that.
Yeah, the
I'll
other
never-
one is Grand Blue, like GRAN or whatever, and then blue, like all in one word. And then the other one is Grand Blue, like the actual word.
I'll
and then-
never forgive the Japanese.
Already messing with my inability to read.
Right, exactly. See, you get it.
Bro, facts, bro. Why do you think I don't?
So, as you guys were talking about that, I'm sitting here at the GameStop website.
Buy
looking-
Final Fantasy, bro. Don't make me punch
Bro,
Desk Chan.
That's the thing, bro. I'm looking
Dude,
at
don't
it.
bring Des Chan into this. She's done nothing wrong.
I put my card information in, and like I'm making sure that everything is all right.
And they're like,
And
nope,
the
we don't even got
deluxe
the
is
copy
on
no
its
more.
way. The deluxe is on its way.
I thought you about to take another.
Bro, wait a minute. All right, I pressed OK, and it was just waiting there for a minute, and I was like, wait a minute,
Caleb, when have I ever led you wrong as far as
bro. I
recommending?
know it's good, but like, I don't know.
Think about the last
Bro,
game
that
I
thing-
recommended to you, bro.
It
Dragon-
was heat,
Dragon Quest
bro.
11, bro.
Heat.
Now I'm
Like,
telling
I
you.
know Final Fantasy is good, but then like, what another thing is that we were supposed to go to Colossal or whatever, so I was like, need to stop
we're not
spending
doing
money.
that no more.
Yeah, so since we're not doing it no more, so it's like fuck it, whatever. So that's what's happening.
Who needs a car during quarantine?
True. Final
Exactly.
Fantasy is all that matters.
No, not a card. It was the card. Like I used my card, but
The joke has gone over the man's head.
yeah, it really did.
Speaking
I'm not
of,
paying attention.
Speaking of Colossal Con, I just got that refund from the resort.
Hey, we moved.
Bro,
Nice,
buy
nice,
Final
nice.
Fantasy again.
Bro, you think I won't?
Bro, if
You almost did.
If there was like
True.
a special, wait, he almost did.
I almost.
Yeah.
So I almost. I don't think I told you. My hype was so high that the day before I was playing Persona, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this because it's not Final Fantasy, and I can't even
Yeah.
play that because it's not out yet. But then I
Did you
almost.
almost buy it digitally?
I almost bought it digitally and pre-installed it, and then I was still gonna go get my
That's
physical
what
copy.
Rigo did.
Oh, come on. Wait, what you say, Flick?
You almost did the same thing though. You were like, I'm gonna buy it digitally. I'm gonna buy it digitally.
For
Yo,
what?
this Target has it.
Oh yeah,
I-
yeah, that's
Yeah, no,
I
I was
almost
gonna buy it digitally, play it at midnight,
yeah.
and then go
Bro.
and buy my physical copy and just have 2 copies of the game. because I was
Let's
that
see.
hype.
That's
The
what
Steelbook
happened.
is mad though.
That's almost what happened to me because like I was in Discord with Jake and I was like, bro, this sold out everywhere, bro. It's like I can't get it, and I'm like, all right, fine. And
Bro,
so
I told you, I was like, you want me to get you a copy? You're like,
look, because at the time I was just like, I don't know, man. Like with the things that was happening, I was like, I don't know about it.
But the thing that I gave you yesterday was basically $10 less than what the game was, bro.
Yeah. I get it. But look, listen.
Bro, those two things are gonna last you like a month, bro. This game's gonna last you a lifetime.
Listen. The thing is, before when you asked that, Colossal was a thing. Now it's not. So now I'm like, okay, it's whatever. So now, I put it in. But in Discord with Jake, I was looking at the PlayStation screen like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to buy it digital because I know I'm going to be hurt. Like when it comes back in stock. And what do you know? Like 2 days later, GameStop is like, we have it again. But on Amazon, they had it for like, they were like, yeah, it's not coming back till like a month later. I'm like, I don't know if I can wait that long. Like
Amazon be tripping sometimes though.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, like earlier today in Discord, he was like, they got it at GameStop now. I'm like, all right, cool. And
All right, but on the real, I didn't even care about Final Fantasy until like a few months ago. I'm gonna be real with I didn't care.
Yeah, because we were all there, and then like Jake was like, I wanted to get into it. It was like, he's the biggest Dragon Quest person.
Right, and like
Bro,
I felt like I was committing a crime being super into RPGs, and
He's
that's
like,
all I play.
This is a disservice.
And like that's like the series,
Yeah, that's the main rival.
Right, and like that's like the JRPG series. So I was like, and I mean like I collect games pretty regularly, or at least I used to.
Bro, you resisted Final Fantasy the way I resisted Persona.
Yeah, and like I bullied you for like a solid year until you played Persona, but like this was just me looking at Remake coming up and being like, I'm just gonna go for it.
That was literally the day that it happened. I remember you and I were at work together, and we were just watching it, and then it came on the screen, and you and I looked at each other like, our wallets hurt. Like,
bro,
we felt it.
The fact that, like, just through the trailer, they made me care about the series, I was like, alright, this game's gonna be good. I'm pretty sure at one point, I was so, like, uninterested in Final Fantasy as a whole that it made other people more interested in it.
Rasika, I think, fell in love with it. I think he texted you immediately after seeing it.
Yeah, and then we watched one of the trailers together during E3 at work, and when Sephiroth was in the alley and he's like, Cloud, I have a favor to ask you. He looks at me, he goes, what if he just was like taking his shoes off when he says that? And like that joke will forever stick with me because it was so out of nowhere and so funny.
This is random, but one day we should probably get him on the podcast.
Yeah, we should. I love that dude.
I've been talking to him a lot.
I want to get JP, bro.
True.
Bro, like
Chris,
people from
bro.
This Replay, bro.
Chris, bro. Chris would be super cool to have on here.
He has his own podcast.
Yeah, the film podcast or whatever.
Yeah, they have a film podcast.
That's dope.
We'll just have a day where we
shout him out.
I don't remember what it's called. It's like it's called The Last Blockbuster. I don't know how to listen to it though. They use like some weird. They have like their own little like weird website type of thing.
Oh,
Mixer?
Look them up though.
No, it's like a.
Look him up. Here, we have no information to give you, but look him up,
bro. Hey, Chris the Goon, bro. Chris the Goon.
I mean, I could just get him in the same room. He lives 3 houses away from me. I can drop the link in Discord and then
yeah,
we can put in like the description.
Yeah, we'll put it in the link.
I think this is it. I'll wait till later to listen to it because I don't actually know.
Yeah,
I know that's not
don't
it.
want to just start lobbing podcasts.
That definitely wasn't it.
Bro, I'm watching this man like try to stuff like he's trying to put a pillowcase or whatever on this like pillow, and he's like struggling. It's like
bro,
I don't know.
All right, anyway, back to Final Fantasy.
At least we know how to make a 3 cheese blend for a pizza, bro.
Bro, I educated y'all.
Where is this conversation coming from?
You missed it. You had to be there.
Yeah, it was a glorious. Man. But Yeah, continue to Jake not liking Final Fantasy
But
until
yeah, Final Fantasy 7 remake is great, and it's everything that I could have wanted out of a Final Fantasy 7 remake. People don't like the ending, and like I get it, but I think it's dope. And we're not gonna go into
I
spoilers.
think that ending was a 10 out of 10, bro.
We're not gonna go into spoilers because like it's still pretty new, but
Try
I think
not to be honest, because
I think
I might let it slip.
and only 2 of us in here have actually played the game, but I think
Oh,
the concepts that they're
yeah.
introducing in this ending are so interesting and cool
It
that
changes
like
everything, bro. It changes the whole dynamic how you're gonna go.
I mean,
past Midgard.
it's like I was telling you, like it could change everything or it could change nothing. And like
Yeah.
that's really all I can say without spoiling it entirely. But like the concepts are so cool and I'm so here for it that I'm excited for whenever part 2 comes out, probably in 2-3 years.
Intrigued.
Bro, like that ending. OG like Final Fantasy purists are gonna hate the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And even like people who like who think the game is good and everything, they say that would be its only flaw. But to be honest, like that ending literally was the thing that made me want to play other Final Fantasy games.
But here's the thing about it though, because like wasn't this game supposed to be what Final Fantasy VII was, but they didn't have enough space and
kinda. I mean,
like
a lot of it is, but a lot of it is also them. I can't. It's so hard to talk about without spoiling it.
Okay, here. I think I got it. They're trying to include everything that they couldn't in the original one. They're trying to make it be its own standalone story as well.
They're trying, yeah. So they're basically trying to
They're
hit
trying to
the same
incorporate
story
everything
beats
from the old game, right? They're trying to incorporate all the stuff from the old game.
They've really
with the modern retelling, with their own spin on it, basically.
And
it's literally not a remaster; it's a remake.
It's a remake
they're literally remaking the entire game.
Yeah, no, like the word remake means more than one thing once you beat the game.
Yeah.
Damn.
It doesn't mean that they're remaking the game.
No, yeah, like once I realized what was going on, like it blew my it's all I thought about for 3 days.
When I stood up until like 10 a.m. in the morning watching Max.
Yeah, I watched like every content creator that I like care about that was playing it. I watched all of them beat the game in the days following me beat it.
Yeah, bro, they were losing their minds.
Yeah,
Max lost his mind trying to comprehend.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The thing, and like there were so many theories thrown out that you're like, bro, it could be any of these because they all could be.
Yeah.
What happened at the end, but like it's different from like when you hear it and when you see it, because I think that's what a lot of people don't pick up the game anymore.
It's just open-ended as hell.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That's very good.
A lot of people won't pick up the game just because they were scared like they were gonna change the because of what they heard on the Reddits and on Reddit.
I mean,
Reddit threads and shit.
Just never listen to Reddit ever. Just never.
All right, so here's the thing, right? You guys know me and like how much I love like Persona and shit, but on this, do you guys think this is top Persona or like be on the same scale? Like for me,
I think. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not
top Persona.
It's not as anime.
Persona 4. No, it's not.
So like, it's not as because Persona is basically just an anime that you can interact with.
Exactly.
It's
just a visual novel.
It's not as anime, but it's still very much Japanese storytelling.
Right.
I don't know. It's basically a Yakuza game, to be honest. As far as gameplay and story and like the way that you like do things is a Yakuza game.
It's like, you can
do
whatever
Yakuza
you
was
want.
a JRPG.
Yeah, I mean,
Yakuza is
it
plays
is.
exactly like Yakuza. Why am I saying Yakuza? In Yakuza, they're basically like the way you level up to make sure you get certain abilities and shit is exactly the way you literally just beat up people.
Yeah.
Beat up monsters, beat up people in the streets until you get enough points, enough money.
But I think Caleb,
it'll beat it for sure, bro. Because
you've played enough of the original to enjoy all of the like character building and world building that they're doing because you've seen like what it was.
Yeah.
So I think just based off of we haven't even talked about the soundtrack yet. All right. Anyway.
Oh, bro, that soundtrack is nutty, bro.
So.
Oh yeah, doesn't the deluxe come with it?
It comes with a mini soundtrack, but doesn't have most of the songs.
It doesn't have everything.
Yeah. It has the
songs.
like, main
the songs you hear from the the songs that you can like, because should we just tell them about the songs that are in there that you can? Like,
So here's the thing with the soundtrack is it's a dynamic soundtrack.
yeah.
So they
So, like-
basically took like 10 to 15 songs and they just remixed them a lot.
Are we on Final Fantasy again, or are we on Persona?
We're on
I'm
Final
a little
Fantasy.
lost.
We're basically like trying to tell.
We're trying
like,
to tell. Caleb wanted to know if this
the
game would
experience is
top.
better than.
Yeah, if this would top Persona.
Oh,
for him.
okay. Because we kind of
Yeah.
cut him off there, so I lost like
Yeah.
half of that.
So they took like 10 to 15 songs, maybe a little bit more, and they just remixed them a ton and made the same song sound unique for different situations. So you
That's
hear,
actually pretty interesting.
so you hear like the OG, you know, the OG boss fight music.
Yeah.
You hear like 9 or 10 different renditions of that song, and they're all
Oh,
good.
that's actually pretty dope.
It's like
Yeah.
how you know how like DMC when you upgrade like the like you go from like the style meter, how it goes up and like the song like remixes and it goes like faster or lower depending on what. It's basically that's what they do with a lot of their
And
Hey,
like
look,
like
Oh,
it
yeah,
basically
continue.
like if you're fighting like the song will ramp up. If you're just like walking around one of the towns, it will slow down or stuff like that essentially.
the normal combat music is still there for most of just the normal fights.
Mhm.
But then you'll also hear different renditions and remixes of that song during different story beats and cutscenes.
Yeah.
And all like you'll hear a lot of the same songs, but they changed them in so many different ways to where like they mean so much more now than just like, oh, that's the Final Fantasy VII battle music. Oh,
Right.
that's Air's theme. Oh, that's Tifa's theme.
Yep.
Okay.
And I personally think it's better than Persona 5. Personally.
So I haven't
don't
beat.
know much
I haven't
about
beat
it, but I
Royal
can't
yet.
say after the first 7 hours, I already want to play Final Fantasy the original.
Yeah, so I haven't
Yeah.
beat Royal yet for Persona.
I haven't either. I haven't
And
either.
from what Caleb told us, I mean, like we'll talk more about Persona later, but from what Caleb told us, the new stuff they added is like super good and like
Yeah.
just like crazy. But I don't
Mhm.
even know if adding something really good to improve an already really good game will be
It does-
better for me than remaking something like Final Fantasy VII in the way that they did.
Here's the thing about the ending about Persona though, because like you guys know how I like rank my like rankings for things or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I binged like Persona in like 1 week or whatever, like literally nonstop, and that I will still say it's like pretty good, like the ending, but like me, I feel like I kind of overhyped it, but it is like good. It is what's like it made Persona 5 my favorite Persona game because you guys know it was Persona 4, but yeah.
Yeah. I know. Like, I don't know. I think I'm like based off of that because I kind of know what happens. Talked about a little bit because I hit you up about it, Caleb.
Yeah.
So, like I know what happens, and like literally, I'm just gonna tell you right now, Jake. I personally think that like it's not gonna the last 10, 15 hours is not gonna affect at all as it did like Final Fantasy VII.
To me, because like I don't want to say too much, but with the new characters, I feel like I not connected more because like I am them or whatever, but you know, I felt more attached to the new characters than like
I'm a weeb.
Ryuji and shit. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, because like how no, it's just he's right because like the way you talk to Maruki, Kasumi, and like, even Akachi's because they modify coughing out.
Like to be honest, like
You grow
With
with them
Akechi?
a lot more because like you understand it, why this person's coming from this and why this person. And like
yeah,
Akechi's backstory is probably the best confidant entire
like to be
Persona
honest,
series. Like
if
that,
anybody that was like an Akechi fan or whatever in Persona 5, like had no reason, and I don't know because you barely know anything about him, but
exactly.
and
All you know,
and Royal, it's like so much better, bro. Like
Bro,
Akechi is one of my favorite characters now.
like after rank 6 of the confidant, bro, like your shit just like, bro, this dude is. I commend this dude, bro. Like he is one of your favorite characters, one past rank 6 in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'll give a couple points to.
I'm gonna pick it back up next week after I'm done with the semester, and I'm probably going to go pretty hard on it.
Trust
Pull
me,
a Caleb
I
and
think
just
I
vanish.
think if you were putting like Persona 5 and say Final Fantasy, like what would you give them? Like between the two, you probably give them like a half point rating difference.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that.
Like after the entire game of
I think
Persona, like
I
it's a
think a
good
big factor for me too is I've played the original Persona 5, so
right.
I already know 90% of the character interactions that are going to happen, and I already
Right.
know most of what's going on.
Yeah,
And
that was a
I
problem
played
for me.
original Final Fantasy 7 too, but the thing is that that game didn't have any voice acting. It didn't have cinematics like it has now. It didn't have like this game. It has all of the voice acting and all the voice actors for every character are they're just really good. Everyone destroyed their roles. Like
There's
it's
straight up
amazing.
like
Bro.
games and missions in Final Fantasy the remake that are just incomprehensible to a PS1, like that you would never be
Yeah.
able to pull off.
And, like-
That's the thing. Oh wait, you can go.
We never really like you had the text boxes and stuff, but like you never really saw the characters interact.
Yeah,
And like
That's what-
now we're seeing them actually, other than like Advent Children and the compilation stuff, but most of that is just garbage anyway.
Bro,
But-
if anything happens
we
to
tell you that
Tifa, I will hurt everyone in this chat and then myself.
But like
when we
bro,
tell you that we actually are gonna cry we're actually gonna cry probably.
like bro, this game
Dead ass.
I have no childhood nostalgia tied to Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
I played it fully as an adult.
Right.
I mean, I have some childhood nostalgia because I watched Advent Children and Kingdom Hearts, but I'm talking just the game itself. Like these events in Midgar, I have no real attachment to.
You didn't
Here's
finish
the-
the original, right?
I only played the original within the past year.
But how far did you get? Did you
Oh,
actually
I beat it.
or-
Yeah, I beat it.
Oh,
he
okay.
beat
Here's the
it.
thing with Persona and like Final Fantasy, I guess, like to compare with Royal, like how you said you going through like the same interactions or whatever, and that kind of like that was my motivating factor to binge Persona because it was like I just want to get to the new stuff as like
Yeah.
fast as possible. But I feel like with Final Fantasy, I won't really have that because, like you said, like voice acting, you know.
Yeah,
you get to
it's
actually
it's not
see-
that I
I
don't
binged-
want to play
I
Persona.
binged that shit.
It-
That game is something, bro. Like you think you're gonna take breaks because everything's coming at you.
and then you
It's like-
take a break and you're like, no, I just want to keep playing.
Yeah. Like I would take break to go eat food and everything. I want to playing it.
Like
There's
I
also like no room for a break in there. Like the transitions
No.
are so fluid, you don't realize that there's room.
There-
Sometimes you don't even. Like, I
there's a
literally
lot
went
of
from chapter
downtime
1
there's
to
downtime
chapter
later on.
6.
Yeah, there's downtime later on. Like when you get to certain towns to
I
do
think once
side
you get to
quests.
sector 5, once you
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
sector
yeah,
5,
for
there's
sure.
definitely a break. But like
Um,
other than that, like after that, you start up.
But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Like I don't have any childhood nostalgia tied to the events in Midgar. Like I know who all the characters are from Kingdom Hearts and Advent Children and stuff like that. So I have like a weird nostalgia to it, but not like, oh my god, this game is my childhood. I'm freaking out. But it made me like legitimately emotional, like a lot of the time.
I think Max put it best after he beat it because this is what originally I would say no, not have to play the original to enjoy Final Fantasy VII Remake. But now it's like it's obligatory or whatever how you say it to like play OG Final Fantasy. No, Jesus, like, damn, is this the story that they're gonna take after Midgard and everything? Like, I think he validated that kind of like now you kind of have.
Yeah, I think that if this game doesn't make you want to, it made me want to play the original again.
Yeah, I told you after I was like, I'm gonna play, and I did. I think I got started the whole coordinate mansion.
Yeah, Wall Market, Caleb. I need you to let me know when you get to Wall Market because I want to
Yeah,
I want to relive Wall Market through you.
To be
Yeah,
honest, like when I
Walmart
get
is the best part of the game. To
Yeah,
be
I
honest.
love Wall Market.
since you guys are like like out of school basically now. To be honest, I was just gonna like play it in Discord.
Yeah, do it, please.
Stream it. It's like no.
I wish.
Stream it.
But yeah, no, like I'm telling you, dude, like this game, it's like if it doesn't make you want to play the original, then like
Yeah,
I think something's legitimately wrong with you.
Bro, I wanted. That's the first thing I told Jake after.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about that, because like I don't know, bro, because like it's different. right? So it's like I don't know where I'm at in the original. I don't know.
See, like
It
you've
doesn't
played.
even matter, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. You've played all of Midgar, so you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I know
mean,
I'm fine, but
okay, so it actually kind of surprised me that Rigo liked the ending so much. Because the last like hour of the game, it really banks on the fact that you've played the original all the way through
Yeah.
to get. I mean, I did explain a lot of it for you because you didn't totally get it because of that, and I did explain a lot of it.
Yeah.
But it totally banks on the fact that you already know everything about the compilation of FF7.
So there's a bonus, like not like a bonus, but like an extra feeling if you've played through
Yeah.
the game already.
It shows. So there's two characters that pop up.
Careful.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. There's two characters that pop up. One of them only has a brief cameo.
Okay. Are you talking about that dude?
Yeah. So I'm,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
talking
okay.
about the two characters that pop up. One of them has a brief cameo in a cutscene. To where Blake, you're probably gonna be extremely confused and probably just laugh.
Yeah.
Caleb's gonna be like, "Oh, cool, I guess." But then there's another character that shows up at the end of the game. They don't
Bro,
tell you who this character is at all.
hold on. Did either of you guys watch the final for the game?
the final what?
The final trailer, the last trailer they uploaded.
Yeah, I watched it a couple times, but I basically forgot about.
Okay.
Is he in
Don't
that trailer?
rewatch it. Don't. He is.
Oh,
Cause,
I don't remember that.
Because Max rewatched the trailer. And he was like, "The fuck, you guys just spoiled the whole entire ending for."
Yeah, like to be honest, like I don't really remember too much about the trailer.
Don't watch it. Do not watch it. All right. Don't watch the trailer.
Alright.
Don't not watch it.
Cause like yeah, do not watch it, bro. Like you realize afterwards, like they literally just spoiled the end.
But there's a character that shows up that I don't even know if Caleb knows about really.
Yeah.
He who doesn't come into play in the story until much later. They don't tell you who he is, or even remotely try to explain it. And
They
if
just
you
show it to you and be like, if you know, you know.
yeah, that's literally what it is. It's like look at that, and like people who played all the games are like, oh my god, wow. Like me, I was like, this is wild. But then Rigo is probably just it kind of probably a lot of that. You could probably like kind of piece it together.
Well, I mean,
Based
I knew who he was. I knew who he was because I played. I knew the story. Like I knew the story up to like Wall Market. I'm not gonna lie. I knew anything before Wall Market. I knew everything.
yeah.
Like I knew, I knew Crisis Core. I knew a little bit of Dirge Surge past it, and I knew a little bit of Ab and Children. I just don't know anything up to Wall Market to the end of the game, where or like until Air's death. That's the part that's like blurry for me. So that's why I want to play the original to know what happens after Wall Market up to Air's death.
Yeah, there's a lot that they just kind of don't. They throw at you at the end. There's a lot they throw at you that they just don't explain.
Yeah.
And part of that is good, and part of it makes me worried for future installments.
Like they're really banking on the fact that this ending could take you either. Because again, like I said, if you're a purist, then you're gonna fucking hate, and you might hate the next game.
Yeah.
But if you don't care about that it's like what it did to the original or whatever, how it, that you don't care, then you're gonna love this game and you're gonna love the next, third game if they go that route. Cause man, they do let it just be like, yo,
Dude, just thinking about it now blows my mind. But yeah.
like I can't even think about it straight because I don't even know what direction they're gonna take after this.
Then we're gonna have to wait another 5 years.
I think it's only going to take 2 to 3. To be honest with you.
It's probably not gonna take as long.
They already said that they were on development for the second game mid-November.
I think that. So Rigo and Blake haven't played the original one, but after Midgar, the game opens up so much.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, it really does.
And so I think this next one.
I watched the video. To like kind of like
yeah,
like another story past Midgard, just because how I said like or how like saying like you don't know what route you're gonna take after Midgar. When you were explaining like how like why I didn't understand some of the fucking. So like I watched the video to make sure like no wonder Jake was saying that this that and the third. So yeah.
But it opens up so much that the next game is most likely going to be closer to Final Fantasy 15 in terms of its gameplay loop. Like open world, stuff like that, where you like just go into town seamlessly, if they can pull that off.
I think this game is for sure going to be linear. It was super linear. This game was
as fuck.
This game was super linear,
Yeah.
The next game, you don't even know what direction it's going to take, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna keep most of the big story beats, but that's about it.
Yeah, that'd be really dope if they can make it like open world, like Final Fantasy 15, where it's like
They're gonna have
you
to
go in a different. Yeah, I can totally see them doing that.
Because
Like,
I mean, the original one after Midgar is basically an open world game. They just drop you in and they're like, figure it out.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I saw a thing. It was like this. It kind of spoiled the ending. I won't like say exactly what it said, but it was like Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, and it was like it described the ending, and then it was like Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Have to go catch a chocobo so we can cross the swamp and not get bit by the giant snake. It was really funny.
Fun.
Yeah. Like, honestly, Final Fantasy VII is probably game of the year.
Would you say it's worth taking a break from 7 just to play the original?
No, play the original after.
Taking a break? No, I think you gotta play right after.
Play it, like back to back it for sure.
Yeah, or play the first one. If you have the OG one and you don't have 7 yet, I would say play the OG one, then 7, and then maybe after you beat the remake, you might want to go to.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people leading up to this game. They were like, either play the original now or play the original like right after you beat like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, because there's like a lot of Easter eggs and shit that you.
There are, but then if you play the remake, if you play the original after, you'll like retroactively understand and be like, oh, okay.
Because I told Jake right after.
Yeah, I'm gonna start another playthrough of the original one real soon here.
Yeah.
You beat the remake.
When Caleb's on his first playthrough of remake, like we're on our second.
It's like I'm fighting Sephiroth, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's super good. I love that game. Yeah. It actually made me a Final Fantasy fan, which is weird.
That game probably in my top 3, top 5.
Like I never thought I'd be a Final Fantasy fan, but here I am.
Can't wait till 6 months later and see all the Final Fantasy elitists.
True.
Because you already know what's gonna happen. Like, this game is already bringing so much like Final Fantasy hype, and like I don't know. It's like the same thing when Persona 5 went popular. They were like,
I think the problem now,
you're not a real Persona fan or whatever.
I think the problem now for Square Enix is every single game after this is going to be compared to.
Yeah, and I mean, there's just a lot of problems with Square Enix in general right now.
Huh?
There's just a lot of problems with Square in general right now.
Oh yeah.
They got all kinds of issues as far as like development and people inside the company that try to do too much, like a certain man that makes Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah. Fucking mad scientist over there.
Yeah. Nomura's wild, dude.
Bro, Nomura, I would not let that man touch a game ever again, bro. With his convoluted timelines and shit.
Here's my thing, right? I wish that Final Fantasy 1 through 6 can like be put on other consoles. Or like remade or like put in a collection pack or something. Like,
so the issue with that is that they did get remade.
Just for older consoles though.
So yeah, so they could. What they need to do is they need to do a collection, like you said. They need to do like a 1, 2, and 3, and then a 4, 5, and 6 type of thing.
Yeah.
But
it should be super easy.
Yeah, but the thing is, like 1 and 2 got remade for the PSP, so Sony might own the rights to that for whatever reason. or like have a stake in that. Then Final Fantasy 3 and 4 got remade for the DS, but 4 also got remade for the Game Boy. And then 5 and 6 have GBA ports, but also PS1 ports. Like, they're all over the place, and so there's so many versions of everything.
It's hard to know who has rights.
Yeah, like, it might be, like, rights issues. It might, because, like, at that point, it might be Square might have outsourced the development to other companies who, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. It's a lot, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think there's a couple 3DS or Nintendo eShop stuff going on there too, but I don't know like what is where.
The ones on the eShop are what? Is 6 on the eShop? No, right?
No, there's no. It's a 7, 8,
Is it
9,
just 7,
10,
8,
and
9?
12.
Okay.
I think the
that's what I'm
PSP
thinking.
was the last system that like any of the Final Fantasy games, like 1
Yeah.
through 6 are on.
Yeah.
They need to. So the thing about it is like, they gotta pick which versions they're gonna put on, and they need to put the PSP versions of 1, 2, and 4 on the Switch. And then the DS version of 3 is the only one we have in the US.
Bro, like turn-based RPGs on the Switch is the best thing.
Yeah, I know.
really
It's legitimately a perfect system for turn-based RPGs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they need to put the Super Nintendo with preferably an updated translation, the Super Nintendo version of Final Fantasy VI on the Switch. And then we'll have every good. I mean, they can probably skip 1 through 3, but and 5. But as long as they have 4, 6, and then like 7 through 10, we'll have every good Final Fantasy on the Switch.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It makes me want. It made playing Final Fantasy Remake made me want to play 7, OG 7, and OG 9, and 9, since I had them on.
I
I'm probably
tried
gonna play
going
them on my
through
Switch.
the 10 and 10-2 remake, and that was just hard.
I started. What consoles you play them on?
I played PS4.
So I tried to play 10 on the PS2, and like I couldn't get into it at all. I was like, no, this is weird. I don't like this. Like this isn't fun, dude. I bought it on the Switch. I put like 10 hours into it in like a day. Like it's something about playing turn-based RPGs in handheld mode on the Switch. That just
It's
like
different, bro. It feels nice. It feels fun.
Hmm.
Oh, but yeah. I don't know.
This is adding to my list of summer things to do, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no,
think
I felt that. I'm about to
think
cop
about
Xenogears, bro. Trust me, I know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck. I don't know, man. I just don't want. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I was thinking about Persona 5 now. Like, if Royal added enough to me.
Well, here's another thing: is like we were going into the we'll say Persona and Final Fantasy, but we're definitely knowing like beforehand that Final Fantasy is going to be continuation. We know that the end of this is going to be like the end of Final Fantasy is going to be something satisfying, but it's not really an end. It's just a part one.
It's just a cliffhanger. It literally left you off on a cliffhanger.
So here's the thing. Yeah, it is a cliffhanger, and I don't remember who it was who brought it up, who I was listening to, but the ending to the original Final Fantasy VII really isn't that good.
Yeah. Like
It's kind of it's kind of just like
You're there for the journey.
it's like it's not like necessarily sad, but the game just kind of ends.
Yeah.
Like you beat Sephiroth, and then it shows like a flashy cutscene, and then the game just kind of ends, and it's like the end. Thank you for playing. And you're like, oh, okay.
And don't you all you get like 500 years later? Well, it's still isn't. Don't you guys get that?
Yeah, you get like a shot of Red 13 like going across like a desert and then overlooking Midgar like hundreds of years later. But
Yeah.
So this is like also
yeah.
a redemption game, kind of.
Bro, I can't.
I guess.
There's just so much that I have to say, but it's
That you
spoilers.
can't.
It's spoilers.
Well,
Yeah, it's all spoilers.
We'll probably talk more about it once you guys both.
Yeah, we'll do a spoiler discussion.
Yeah, that'll
We'll
probably
do
be
like a
its own,
post show in a couple weeks.
that'll probably be its own like separate episode. To be honest, 'cause trust me, we could probably talk like a good whole day about it. But yeah, I don't know. The one thing that I was talking about like Final Fantasy and Persona is just like yes, like both games are really good, but like going back on Persona's thing, I really hope that like the last 10, 15 hours, which is most likely, you know, the added content that the added story content. I hope because I know what happens, but like I like have an experience for myself, so I hope that isn't as bad as Golden's. Because I can't lie, even though Golden, like
What?
I'm talking about how like I hope the extra content isn't as bad as.
Oh yeah, like you kind of just cut off. So like I don't know.
Oh, I did. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
But like yeah, I hope the extra content for Persona 5 Royal isn't as bad as Golden's. Because in
Oh,
Golden's,
it's nowhere near that. Yeah.
because I would say like Golden, like you finished the game and you caught the murder. I know this, that, and the third. And I know you're like, oh, you were on a ski trip, bro. You're lost in a cabin by yourself, or I think it was another party. You know, time to go face Marie, and you're just like, what the fuck?
It just doesn't flow right.
It doesn't feel right.
It's
But,
like they created Persona and then they created Persona 4 Part 2, like the add-on story.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? I hope it isn't like that. But like, I'm gonna believe Caleb when he's like, yeah, no. So that's all I hope for Persona 5 Royal. But I did like the
as far
changes
as
that I did like the changes that they add. Like I like how they added the grappling hook. I thought we were gonna get the grappling hook until like Size Palace, since that's from the only time we seen it. But good thing that was literally like the second thing we got.
Oh no, you see, there's a trailer where it shows it in Kamoshida's
But
mouth.
you gotta remember, I never watched the trailers because
Oh yeah, true.
because I'm not gonna lie, I was more hyped for 5 than Final Fantasy. I didn't even pre-order Final Fantasy until once Jake and you wanted to pre.
Here's the thing about like Persona, like how you were talking about the new stuff being forced or whatever
Yeah,
with Golden. Like it kinda is, but then it's like they explained it like instantly. Like what
yeah.
happens it's weird. It's not like Golden though, where they just throw it on you basically.
That's the only thing. If they don't throw it out, like if they let me experience it, like oh, then dope.
But
All right, I like it better than Golden. But like Golden's final story arc with that,
It was really tacked on.
yeah,
they literally like, yeah, bro, you're just in a cabin now, and now you're gonna go fight everybody. You're just like, the fuck just happened, bro? Because for real, you're just there like, huh? And you're like, no wonder they just added her. Yeah.
yeah, it's really yeah. They
Like,
explain it.
yeah, because they're going to like, yeah, bro, we gotta make what's something we added in Persona 3, Persona 3 Fez. It was like, oh, a story after, after the ending. So that's what they literally did, and they couldn't come up with any good idea. Oh, let's make this girl that you kind of had like that you kind of like, and that kind of likes you back was like an extreme tsundere, be a god.
they
And then-
basically, instead of just, oh, let's think about a way to make this DLC and make the game better, it was, let's just make this DLC to make the game longer,
bro, and
where
that
people who
fucking
already
DLC
know the game.
Yeah, bro, that ending was hard as shit. Because you literally had the weakest items, and you had like, and basically, I don't know if you guys ever played. You had the weak, and plus, if you lost health or SP, like you permanently lost it. You would never get it back, unless you use a healing. But most of the time, you never had an SP. You only use it when you were during the dungeons. If you had the fox around, and you don't have the fox around or the SP.
I might replay
Like, see-
Persona 4 eventually.
Here's the thing with like Persona Royal or whatever, when we first all played it together or whatever, basically that first day, we were all kind of like, oh yeah, it's like super easy. It feels like it's way much easier, like way easier than
It did
Persona
feel
5
easier.
or whatever.
It
But
still feels easier.
but like there's a certain point where they just like, turn it up to 10. I don't know if it was because I was under level at all, but like once I hit like Okumo's Palace, it kind of just got like,
You did kind of just dive into it like as fast as possible, so I
Yeah.
could totally see
Yeah,
like
true.
dedicating time to like Mementos.
No, but he
and
also
the
grinded
grinding.
mementos because a lot of times because you guys were asking us what part are you guys on? We're like right now we're both grinding in mementos. Oh, grinding for 2 or 3 hours each. But like sometimes like that's like we still took our time grinding trying to make sure.
Yeah, I tried to do as much, like as the most basically in my playthrough, but like also kind of like speed through it. Not speed through it, but go through like the story and everything.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to platinum it the first run, but not like take time, like just only focus on that basically.
Literally
So I did do
half
like
of the
mezzos
game,
and
it
stuff.
tells you to take your time in the corner, Caleb. What the fuck?
Wait,
So?
what?
Like in the bottom right, it has the Fan of Thieves logo,
Oh
and
yeah,
it
it
says
says
"Take your time."
Yeah,
And Caleb was just like, "Don't know how to
No.
read. Throw that out the
No.
window."
because look, like I said, like my hype for Persona 5, it was all for like that new content. I don't know. Like I said, I played Persona 5 like 4 or 5 times. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't think
the one
anyone
thing that
will ever
got me
have
though.
free go hours.
What?
I was just saying, I don't think anyone will ever have the hours that you had. In.
Oh, bro, when I had nothing else to do, or I didn't, I would literally just play Persona. Like sometimes I would just have like another. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna start another. And I literally that's how I would play games, Persona 5. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I got Persona itis halfway through.
I'm gonna go back to it for sure because like I still enjoy it and I still really like it.
Yeah, but like me and Caleb experienced something similar when playing. No matter how many times like, even though if you will take a break and just like sit there on the screen, literally just vibing while doing something else.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
what I did for like a good like half an hour, 2 hours, like every other day while playing Persona 5. Because sometimes I'm
Yeah, there was probably like I want to say about like 3 hours
bro, I'm
in
already
my
at Size
playthrough.
Palace. I'm
There
already
was
at
like a
Size
good.
Palace. Oh my bad, go ahead, bro.
I have like 105 hours, but like I would say like a good like 5 of those hours are just like me like going to the bathroom, cooking, just sitting there idle.
Learning to read.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't know, cause I like my PS4 only played like Persona for like a week straight.
Bro, that's what I'm at right now. Right now I'm at like and
Like
I'm
I'll
still
wake
at
up,
size.
yeah, like I'll wake up and do like my essentials or whatever, and then like
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
have it done, like have it all booted up already, like in rest mode or whatever.
Rico, I gotta give you a. There's a YouTube series that this dude did. He took the he took like the entire first disc of Final Fantasy VII, and he
Yeah.
compared he played it in Japanese and he played it in English at the same time, and he like
Okay.
compared the translations and like cleared up because the original translation is like super awful and terrible.
Right.
So he like cleared it all up, but I think it's super cool to see the differences in like what they got versus what we got.
Yeah,
So I'm
safe.
gonna have to link that to you.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think Persona 5, like I was saying, like that's the only thing that, like, hopefully that the add-on wasn't as like, oh, here you go, here's some 10 hours of content that doesn't make any sense, but we wanted to code in so it could be a banner. And I'm glad like how Caleb cleared up that it isn't that, because that was my only downfall for Persona 4 Golden. Like that literally that game to me, like from beginning to ending, was a 10 out of 10 until the last dungeon, the last DLC dungeon, basically.
Nice.
But yeah,
The remake definitely did fix a lot of things that I didn't realize weren't necessarily wrong with the game, but not what I wanted. Like, not that this is a big spoiler, but the baton pass, how they completely changed those rules.
Oh
oh yeah,
yeah.
because in Golden or not in Golden.
Sir?
Oh shit!
You-
Cut
Yeah, I
off?
was about to say what?
Yeah, you cut out hard.
Damn, bro, I saw that. I was looking at Discord. I don't know why.
This
Damn,
is
bro.
amazing.
But yeah, like because in 4, that's how it was too. They'll give you minor power ups, but it wouldn't like because they'll say, oh, you know, Chie got an attack boost or this, then the third. And
I felt like the confidant boost, like when you hang out with someone and then they unlock a new skill, I felt like they were less wasted. Like they just pretty much gave you a lot of the stuff that originally came with hanging out with a confidant, and it just felt a little bit more meaningful. Like, oh, if I hang out with everyone on my team, everyone is definitely getting a confidant or getting a baton pass.
Right.
But now it seems like everyone kind of has their own unique thing. Like, I know An has her like distraction and her crocodile tears.
I mean, well, everybody has that. Everybody has like their own distracting.
Yeah, but everyone also has like their own little thing. Like Yusuke has his card
Oh, you're
things,
talking
like
about
his,
that? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like and his are a little bit more customizable now because they got rid of the stuff like the baton pass.
Bro, like the fucking one shot kill thing, bro, is amazing.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I love going up in palaces or whatever and just like running past the enemy and like plays the animation of them just like dying. It's
oh
amazing.
yeah, like you don't even have to initiate a fight. That was a
Yeah.
huge thing. I spent like an hour in Mementos just doing that alone.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got a lot of coin, bro. You got a lot from doing that in Memento.
I grinded 30 grand this morning, just in an hour.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like pretty much Mementos is totally different. Like they kept all the good parts and then they added like better parts to speed things up. It was like they kept the grind there that you liked, but they didn't take away too much of the hard part. They just sped it up so that way you weren't wasting too much time like doing one thing.
Yeah, and like how you said, like when you go up and like, you ambush the enemy and like sometimes you. I like that because in the old game when you did that, it would, like you'll get the mask of course after you do that, but like it won't. And I'm pretty sure you didn't get experience. And I'm glad that
Also,
now in the Royal Day you're like, yeah, bro, technically killed an enemy, so here's some money and here's some
also,
experience.
also kind of unrelated, but related, I guess. Jose is that dude, man.
Bro, Jose
Like,
is
True.
He is
Jose's
a
that egg
Chad.
boy. Jose's that egg
bro.
boy, bro.
And
I
then,
love
and
Egg
then
Boy.
I wish we had
What?
him instead of Morgana, bro.
exactly, bro.
Morgana annoying as shit, bro. Man, he want to kill him so many times during the free.
But yeah, like I didn't know. It's okay to say because it's not even like the main story or whatever. But I didn't know until like after I beat the playthrough or whatever that there's a Jose boss fight.
Yeah, isn't he a
Yeah.
challenge battle?
Yeah.
No, he's not a challenge battle. He's
No,
like
no,
he's
you talk to him.
yeah, like in that like
It's
final new game
It's
thing
like
or whatever.
it's like how you can fight the twin
the
wardens.
Justine fight, the clipboards.
I don't know their name. I ain't affiliated. Fuck you mean?
I'll go through their crap. I won't hang out with them on the side, but I will do theirs just because I never did the boss fight.
Yeah, the hangout things is only like good for getting the skill cards that they need for like certain personas. So like Jack Frost or whatever, you can instead of just like leveling up for him, you can just get the skill
Yeah.
card for it.
Yeah, or if I think the last rank 10, I think he's a unique Seth with a high counter or something.
Yeah,
I know if you hang out with, I think because I read it online because I was like I forgot the personas they needed and what they exactly needed, or what moves they needed. So I looked it up online. They're like, yeah, bro, you can literally just get it by hanging out with them 4 times, and you get a high counter card. You just give it to Seth, and that's how he learns it.
Yeah, I pretty much just looked up a guide and like spent like 2 million or whatever just on like
Bro, I hate
keys and
how they,
personas.
I hate how they've changed their confidant though, because they used to lower the money of times you like whenever you brought back a persona.
Yeah,
They used to lower the money, but now I think they just increase your.
they made it to where you can pay to level up a persona
Yeah.
basically.
They made
You
it
can
so
they'll still give you the discount, but you have to unlock more and more personas to get it. You have to
Yeah,
keep filling up the
is
book.
you have to do the compendium.
and then
Yeah.
the what's the name the incense thing to like train personas to not be weak to certain stuff
Oh,
or
you
be
have to do
strong
that?
against certain stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because Jose does give you all those incense. I think that's a trophy too to do that.
Yeah.
is it? Oh, it is. Oh,
You don't even have to like do it like fully. You only just have to like
yeah, it's only with one. Yeah, because I remember I got the trophy when I tried to level up someone for one of their quests. So yeah, I don't know.
Trying to think of what other changes there are. They totally not
I
like. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was trying to think now.
At first I felt like that they totally changed what was available to you. Like, in the original P5, it seemed like you can go and choose. Okay, I want to focus completely on knowledge, or I want to focus completely on guts. Like, I think you could immediately go and do the Big Bang challenge if you wanted to. But in this, they're like, no, we're actually going to ease you into it. We're going to cut off a lot of things so that way you can't bum rush this game and you have to take your time.
See,
Of
I
course,
didn't even
later
try to
on-
use like the Big Bang Challenge until like later on.
They definitely made the social links, like, or not the social links, but like the social stats, way harder to level up in my opinion.
I'm already almost maxed on everything. What?
I mean, I'm max too, but like in early game, you used to be able to get them like quick as hell. Back in the OG Persona 5.
Oh yeah,
No.
I
But now,
remember
like,
just getting that
now-
first knowledge bump was hard.
Now it takes some time. I don't know. I also like how they changed the map layouts to fit the grappling gun. Because the Futaba's Palace used to be boring. in
There
my
was a
opinion.
couple of those that were really good. Yeah.
And then Okumura's isn't as bad as people thought anymore because they actually reworked the whole entire the little.
Okumura's Palace is still a piece of shit.
There was a whole
I still
section
like it.
from Okumura's Palace that they just took out.
They took out. They didn't take it out. They didn't take out any sections.
They took out the penis boss.
Oh yeah, they did take out the penis boss. Now
That was like the first thing I noticed.
And
Like,
fucking,
Where's my green pea?
And
Bruh.
like, look. Okuma's Palace is the worst palace. Like, all the enemies sit there and stall you. It's annoying. The boss fight is fucking stupid.
That's true.
I don't know. Okuma's Palace is like the palace that took the most time on because it was just so dumb.
I realized Okumura's Palace was the only one where you didn't have to send a party member out to get a
Yeah.
treasure. I just realized that.
I didn't even have to do that for who was the Makoto's
Kaneshiro?
Palace?
Yeah, kind of sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even you can fly through that battle so quick with stat buffs, it's stupid.
I like how they changed everybody's or every boss. Every boss is like second and third. They had like second and third stages.
Oh
of
dude, the
battles.
Power Rangers is dope.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought this was gonna make the game easier, but it didn't really change much. But the show times, because they only activate when like
Yep.
you're low on health or whatever.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know, I
they
get
activate
them
once like the
kind of-
battle. Once the battle goes like past like 5 turns or something.
Yeah, it's like that, or
When-
if Joker gets his health like too low or whatever.
I thought was it Joker or was it like when any of those
Mm.
people who could do the show times?
Nah, it's just Joker.
Oh, it's Joker.
Because
Yeah,
then like Makoto or somebody would be like, "Quick, do something to save Joker" or whatever. And then,
And their solution is flashy cool move that doesn't do anything for Joker.
yeah,
No, but those moves be hitting though. Like them bitches are dope.
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say is Yusuke and An, and then the third semester ones are my favorites.
I like Yusuke's and Ryuji's just because you see Ryuji trying to eat some food and they annoy him, and I'm like, man, that's
I just
Yeah.
look at how a lot of it is very westernized. Like it's kind of different.
I don't think it's westernized. I think they took the influences from West, but like
Well, I just,
all the Yusuke's are Japanese influenced. Makoto's,
Yeah, they all match their characters. Like,
yeah, it's like it all based on their characters because like Yusuke is like the only one who's like straight from, or not, the only ones whose costumes like straight from Japan,
yeah.
and you could tell like all his showtimes to him, you know, showing or paying homage to the art scene in Japan. Because with An's, it just like it's like you once you see it, you recognize
I
it.
mean,
Like,
Ryuji and Makoto's is just Fist of the North Star.
yeah, Makoto's and Haru's.
Fist
I
of
like.
the Phantom Star.
At first, I was just like, bro, like, what is this? Like, doesn't make any sense. But then I forgot, like, Haru was like the cute, tough girl or whatever, basically.
Hmm.
Right.
But yeah, it was fun to watch. Like, the showtimes are pretty good. The only one I hate is An and Morgana.
Bro, anything with Morgana, bro, fuck that.
It wasn't even because it was like with Morgana, it's because that was like the only one you had for a little bit, and then you kept seeing it over and over and over.
Oh, I
and
never
over and over
had
again.
Morgana in my party. Fuck
Oh, I
Morgana,
had,
bro.
yeah, I have Morgana on my party because like the best healer, but
You only need one of them to be in the party though for it to activate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like even if it did happen, like I would never activate it because I was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna cat,
All the Morganas are just horny cat.
bro. Fuck Morgana, bro. That cat could fucking die, bro. Fuck that cat,
Fuck the
bro.
bus.
Bro,
Bro,
I don't. When he said
fuck
that, what
him.
registered in my mind was just horny cat, horny cat. Just
Bro, I swear to God, I hate OG. Like the OG, I was like, bro, he's just a fucking character. But now, bro, like, God, like, let me fucking go out there, bro, and do my thing. He's like, nah, bro, you gotta go to sleep.
But yeah, I would definitely. I would definitely.
Fuck that cat, bro. That pissed me off.
I would definitely recommend like for newcomers or whatever to play Royale before like 5, if they
Then
have
they
the
would
choice.
just never get 5. If you want to budget
True, but-
Persona, get Persona 5.
Bro, don't you know
Yeah.
Persona fans don't even play their own games, bro?
True.
True.
Yeah, they only play the emulated versions on computer.
With mods
Yeah, bro.
and cheats.
The best way to play Persona 3, being able to take control of your party. Actually,
It's the only way you can successfully
I feel
play
like
that
we
game.
mention this every podcast episode.
That's our
no.
brand, bro.
I feel like it's not even like. I feel like we mention this every single time, and
It's our
funny
brand.
too. It's like we won't even be talking about Persona, but like I hate when people play Persona 3.
It's because Persona 3 trash, bro.
It's like, man, I really hate when people do donuts in my cul-de-sac. He's like, I hate when people play Persona 3.
Exactly, bro. That's gonna always be my thing, bro. I hate when somebody. I hate, bro. Step your
How
game
do
up.
you feel about me owning 3 different copies of that game?
I mean, I don't blame you, bro. Bro, I own so many copies of fucking Rainbow Six Siege, and Overwatch is not even ridiculous. I sold
It's
most
not
of them.
even ridiculous.
Bro, I had a copy of Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege for my PC, where I had I downloaded it on Steam and the respective Play stores, and then also bought it on Xbox One, and then also bought it on PS4, and then almost considered buying the Overwatch version or the Switch version for Overwatch.
That was recent too. You don't even play Overwatch. You're just like, I have every other version. Why don't I get this?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I was like, bro, I don't even play it, but I might get back in.
Bro, the one thing with Overwatch that would like forever be funny with me, like funny,
Doomfist.
is nah. When we were working at Disc Replay and then we had the Diva statue and then like, just like for the meme, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it, and then Cam was like, no, fuck you, I'm buying it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That like whole little arc
and
for a
then
$300 Diva figure, and we're like, damn well we weren't gonna buy it.
I don't remember the time when you were like, I think you were actually contemplating on buying it, and then some dude actually came in and bought it that day.
No, yeah. So like, me and Cam were talking about how we were gonna buy it, and then some big neckbeard dude or whatever walks in. He's just like, cute girl with Big Mac, and then bought it.
Bro, I was talking to him. He was like, bro, I was looking for this all over. I was like, where are you? He's like, yeah, bro, I couldn't see it less for $600. And now when I come into your guys' store and I see it for $350, I'm like, I got a cop. And then he saw like a Wii U.
Yeah, it's just pretty funny.
Did you buy
I think
any
I almost
Mega Man
broke
games?
it one day or whatever.
I remember we lost the sword to the Dark Link that we had. Chase.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. The man was like, I know you guys said this figure was like $1,000, but like, I'll literally take anything. I just want to get rid of it.
Did we give like $100 for it?
Nah, we gave him like $300 for it, and then we were selling it for like $600 or something like that, or like we gave him $250 or something. I don't know, something along that.
Oh, for the Diva statue?
No, for the Dark Link. But then the Diva statue, yeah, we gave him like $100 or something for that.
Yeah, bro, like that Dark Link statue was dope as hell. But I know I said Chase, but like we don't know who actually lost it.
True.
Cause like someone took out the box, and then one day, I think the next day, like we bought it in, I saw it and I was like, bro, where's the hill at? And everybody was like looking for it.
That day was crazy. That buy was crazy. He had like 3 monitors. That Dark Link set.
Didn't you do that buy?
Yeah, I did that buy. It was like, I don't know. He had a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, that's been the podcast episode. Whatever this episode is, I don't know. It's like 4 of them on YouTube, but like 6 of them in backlog
it
that
out.
won't
Yeah,
upload.
we record a lot,
But
but we're having issues.
Check it
yeah,
out.
but whatever episode this becomes,
Bro, is
this
this
is the
dude
podcast.
Kiryu?
I don't know.
Any closing
Any
words?
last word? Yeah,
I'm
any
watching
closing
Saint Seiya
words?
right now. I'm watching Saint Seiya right now. And this dude has a dragon tattoo, and I thought he was.
Alright, well, that's good enough for a closing.
All right, goodbye.
Peace
All right, guys.
out.